Okay, welcome everyone. How is it going to the first episode of Thursday Takeover? So, I've been seeing a lot of countries in the chat. So, I just want to say hi to everyone. Throw out your countries in the chat. Let me say hi. We have Spain, India, Sweden, Dubai, UAE, Belgium, Philippines, Germany. Man, look at how many countries we have. Pakistan, Brazil, Colombia, Ghana, amazing. I also saw French Polynesia in there, United Kingdom. Welcome everyone, Estonia. Look, just in under 20 days, look at how many countries are here, right? The reach hashnet has expanded over the world. Argentina, fantastic. So let's go ahead and get started with this first episode. I see you, Mexico. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and share my screen here and we can get started. I'm really excited to be here with everyone. We have some amazing questions, amazing coming up that we'll get to after the AMA. So welcome everyone to the first episode of Thursday Takeover with Ian. First of all, I just want to thank everyone for your time. I know it's a lot of different time zones. So wherever what time it is for you, thank you for jumping on. I'm really excited. This first episode, we are going to do an Ask Me Anything or an AMA. So not every episode is going to be an AMA, but I thought it would be fitting for the first one for you guys to be able to, let's see. Can everyone hear my voice okay? I'm seeing something in the chat where it says my voice is sounding robotic. Is that for everyone or is that just for one individual person? Okay, just one individual person. Thank you, John. Loud and clear. We love to hear it. Thank you. Okay, so first episode, Ask Me Anything. So like I was saying, right, not every Thursday takeover is going to be an Ask Me Anything, but I thought it was fitting that this first one is. So without further ado, let's get started, everyone. The first question. You've already had two exits. Why start another company instead of retiring? So I hear this question a lot, actually, more so from my family. But look, the answer is I don't believe in retiring. I am a hungry individual. I'm driven. And frankly, I think I will be bored if I were to. What am I going to do? Sit at home and twiddle my thumbs? No, I'm sorry, but that's not for me. And look, I'm too young. I have a little gray hair, but not until my whole head is gray. So no, I want to grow this to the biggest company I've ever had. I'm not going to retire anytime soon. That's not even a thought on my mind. Will you sell this company too? So if anyone's new here, I've had two prior exits. And I hear this question a lot as well. Will you sell this company too? The answer is no, not at all. So let me tell you why. Because in all honesty, this is an infrastructure play. I think it's more of a value to switch this question because it should be how many companies are you going to buy while you're going to the top? Look, I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen the industry report come out and say that we're number five. Every company 4, 3, 2, 1 has a target on their back now. I don't settle for number five. Number five is great. I'm grateful that they ranked us there, but I want number one. In the last answer, I said I was a driven individual. I'm hungry. So within this journey, I am not settling until we are number one, and I will never even settle then. We have a lot more to do, a lot more to build. This is a building phase right now. Hashnet has not even reached 10% of its potential. And with Bitcoin adoption just starting to come, there is so much more to do. We are just starting. We just opened less than 20 days ago to retail. So selling, retiring, it's not on my mind whatsoever. Hashnet has been operating since 2022. Why open it up to retail now? Good question. Why open it up to retail now? So in the past 4 years, okay, in the past 4 years, we've only been working with high net worth individuals and private institutions. Going to retail is the next logical move to scale. Previously, with institutions, it takes minimum 6 months just to get onboarded. With my goals, with my ambition, with my drive, that takes way too long for me. We're not going to get number one by onboarding a client and it takes 6 months for them to come. It's not going to happen. Retail is a logical next step, but I didn't want to do it until the model was proven, till Alpha Engine I could confidently say is the best in the market, the best in the world. And now I could do that. So now it's the perfect time to open up to retail, to scale, to grow, and the timing is perfect. We'll move to the next question. Public miners like Marathon and Riot only mine BTC. Why did you go multi-coin instead? Because back in 2022, I saw Bitcoin mining was dying. Look, Marathon and Riot are publicly traded companies. And what are they doing now? They've sold their Bitcoin reserves, and now they're moving to AI data centers. Yeah. You know why? Because Bitcoin mining is dead. We have the smartest multi-currency mining operation out paired with our Alpha Engine. We don't need to sell off our, we don't need to sell what we mine. We simply just pay out Bitcoin every 8 hours. I saw this back in 2022. So I set out to build a solution and Hashnet was born. How does the Alpha Engine actually decide which coin to mine? Well, Alpha Engine is made up of three components that actually rank and score every single coin we mine. That is profitability percentage, revenue rank, and hash reward. And we've created an equation, a mathematical equation, by weighing out three of these factors and spitting out a number between 1 and 100 and ranking that coin at that given time. It's all live, of which is the most profitable coin to mine. And that is actually available to you in your Alpha Engine. So as soon as you open up your Alpha Engine dashboard and you see the coins that we are currently mining, and there's a number there, usually between in the 70s to 90s, like low 90s. That is our equation effectively working. So each three of those components is weighted differently. We have our own mathematical equation that Hashnet has created. to score each individual one. Now, if a competitor wanted to copy the Alpha engine, how long would it take them? I would like to see them try. And I'll tell you why. Because Alpha engine is built off of 4 years of live market data. Sure, anyone could write code to switch an algorithm, but they do not have the data, the live market data that is constantly training and improving Alpha engine to make it as effective as us. That is why we have this proprietary 12 millisecond switching technology. So in an optimistic situation, first they have to have the capital, they have to have the hardware, and then they need minimum 2 to 3 years just to get about 50% of where we are. So I would say it's pretty hard. It will take them at minimum 2 to 3 years. We're already ahead. And that live market data, that real time, is really what sets us apart. How do you protect your investor capital and stay ahead in multi-currency mining? Okay, so this is a layered question. There's 3 layers to this answer. The first one is that your capital is now a physical asset. When you put money in, it is now a physical asset, a little factory, you could think of it, paying you every 8 hours in Bitcoin. The second one, our treasury. We have a treasury to ensure that you always hit that 5%, 5.25%, or 5.5% without fail. And it's been without fail for the past 4 years. Track here. The third one is our 5x income limit. We will never have an open-ended position. We do this, and it's a very smart way of doing it, because now we always know the maximum of what we're going to have to pay. So with those 3 factors, we could always ensure that we could always hit those payouts on time and what we said we will pay out. Next question. Eric Trump's mining company just reported a quarterly loss. Why isn't your model losing money too? Fantastic question. Because Eric Trump's mining company just mines Bitcoin. And like what we stated earlier, that's dead. So when Bitcoin takes a hit, their whole operation takes a hit. For us, if Bitcoin takes a hit, we have 5 other coins. We are not solely dependent on one coin, and that is the smart way of mining, and that's what makes us different. That and our infrastructure allows us to add or subtract coins dependent on the market. We all know the crypto market is volatile. But what we've done is we've turned that volatility into an opportunity. And that's the beautiful thing about our smart multi-currency mining operation. What happens if someone pulls the plug on the machines? Well, I think you'll see a pattern here. Number one, there is not a single plug that you could just pull, because we have diversified our facilities across multiple continents. So that means We are not dependent on one electricity grid. So, for example, if all of the state of Texas, the grid went down, well, guess what? We have our facilities running in Ethiopia and Washington. And with the expansion of retail, we have partnered with other facilities to further diversify our exposure to electricity grid and to climate. So we have an Arctic partner in Europe where we actually have and host a few of the retail machines there. A portion of the retail fleet is there to further diversify every electricity grid and climate, because climate plays actually a big role in mining. Because in Texas, it's really hot, so you'll have to use more electricity for the cooling factors. See, but with our Arctic partner, or even in Washington, the climate is a lot cooler. So you actually save money on electricity because you don't have to spend so much electricity on cooling down the machines. Now, something else I want to add on here. Worst case scenario. Something happens to the company, right? Let's look at 2022 for an example. A famous exchange called FTX collapsed. And they held a lot of people's capital in the form of different cryptos. So for us, it's similar in the fact that we hold a lot of the capital in those physical assets, those machines. So if something were to happen, worst case scenario to hashnet, we will simply liquidate the machines and return those proceeds back to you. It's very simple. That's the beautiful thing about owning a physical asset. Can we see locations and proof of the mining farms? Yes. Yes. And there's three things I want to touch on here as far as proof. Okay. The first one is the physical facility. Now, yes, you could come see it, but I am planning a promotion where we could bring everyone who qualifies to the facility for a tour. So that's one. One is the facility. Second form of proof, live cameras. We have live cameras installed, and I have shown that on calls, and I am happy to show that again. Now, third, and probably the most important of them all, is the blockchain. Look, I could say, trust me all you want. But if I don't show you exactly where everything's coming from on the blockchain, then don't believe it. If anyone says, I have this, I have that on blockchain, and they don't show you, it's a lie. Because the whole concept of blockchain technology is a transparent ledger, meaning where you could see everything in real time and it can't be changed, it can't be faked, can't be manipulated. And we give you that directly in your back office. I don't know another mining company that does that. And transparency is at the core of this business. And that is why we give it to you directly in your back office. We want to make it easier for you to track. There's nothing to hide. You can't change blockchain technology. So the most important thing, please remember, anything you do within the crypto world is verify on chain. What's the total size of the mining operation? So let's lay this out cleanly for you all. Okay. There's two arms to hashnet. Okay. You have your institutional side and you have your retail side, and they don't intertwine. On the institutional side, you guys have all heard the numbers, over 300 million deployed. Okay. But I want to talk about retail because that is why you guys are here. You guys are part of the retail arm. So as we're growing, in just less than 20 days, we are just shy, slightly less than $1 million, which is absolutely unreal. Now, in order to measure the fleet size, some people go by different rates, hash rates, right? How much it's outputting. So because we are in a multi-currency mining model, we use 4 different algorithms. And those 4 different algorithms are measured in different units. So SHA-256 is measured in terahash. Then you have script, which is measured in gigahash. You have K-heavy hash, which is measured in terahash. And then you have equihash, which is measured in K solutions. So essentially, you cannot combine the different, you can't combine the different units. That's like trying to combine, let's say, degrees and miles or kilometers. You can't do that. But in the name of transparency, I and the team are coming up with a way to show you exactly how much of each hash rate or each hashing power you have from every single machine. And that will be available directly in your back office as well. Now, that will be launching soon. I will announce a date soon on that. See, I'm hoping you guys are starting to see the pattern here. Transparency is at the core of this business. Can we meet more of the team? Yes, yes. And I want you guys to. So you will actually meet them in Hong Kong. Qualify for the event, come to Hong Kong, have an amazing time. 25K in business. You're in Hong Kong, you meet the team, you meet me, you get a tour, and it's going to be an event to remember. How does Hashnet stay profitable during low yield months? Great question. And that comes down to our treasury, which I slightly mentioned above or before. So we have a treasury to ensure that on the low yield months, we are able to pay out. Now, how is the treasury made? Okay. After every month, after we pay out our designated payouts, after we pay our operational expenses, what's left over, the surplus goes into our treasury. And it's designed that way because not every month is green. And if anyone tells you that whatever they're doing every month is green, that's a lie. That's a scam. But the smart way to do it is when you have that surplus, don't be greedy and take it for yourself. Protect the people that you're building with and put it in a treasury because look, our 4-year monthly average is like 11%, around 11%, 10.78 to be exact. And a lot of months we do 20%, 25%. Look, recently, Caspa, we said it in the Telegram group. Caspa in the past 30 days went up 119.5%. Okay. We got that exposure, but not all of the 119%, because you have to understand I'm sorry, not Caspa, Zcash. My apologies. Zcash. went up 119%. But as Zcash is climbing, we are consistently converting into Bitcoin, locking in those profits. So our real gain on that is around 37%. So that is a lot more than that 11%. And we put that all in the treasury to cover the bad months. When are you coming to Finland? Next month. But I'm not just coming to Finland. Our European roadshow is happening next month. I will be going to Estonia, Norway, Switzerland, Germany, Belgium, and a lot of other countries. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys there. Look, I am someone I've always preached and I've always said I will be on the ground with our leaders. That is important to me. And this is the first opportunity to do so. So I am over the moon. I can't wait to see everyone there. What is your member target for 2026? I'm going to be straight up with you guys. I am not looking at a member target. I think that's the wrong way to look at it. I believe the correct way to look at it is facility value. As we scale and as our facility value increases, means that the business is doing fantastically well. So my goal by the end of this year is to have our facility value just on the retail side at 100 million. Some people say it's ambitious. I say it's easily doable. So that is my goal for end of 2026. Where do you see Hashnet in 5 years? Number one, I mentioned earlier, every person above that list on that industry report now has a target on their back. In 5 years, I believe we would be acquiring companies, and we will need to just in order to expand the facility space. I'm getting amped up just thinking about it. So I definitely believe within 5 years, we will be number one. And my goal, and I know this will happen, I won't stop until this happens, is any time multi-currency mining or even just mining is mentioned, Hashnet will go along with it. Because look, we have the best tech in the space. We have the smartest model in the space. This is the new standard of mining, and it starts with us. That is why this series is called Thursday Takeover. Because we are going to take over this space. We will monopolize this space by being number one. Can we see proof you exited hedge finance with 500 million? So let me be clear with this. I did not sell hedge finance for $500 million. Okay, $500 million is the value locked in the DeFi protocol. Let's be very clear about this. That is the money that we were managing in the DeFi protocol. I sold hedge finance for an undisclosed amount, but what I will say, it was meaningfully less than $500 million. And that was to private institutions. Can we verify your institutional clients? So let me be honest here. There is a lot of NDAs that come with these institutional clients and high net worth individuals. And frankly, I don't believe the right marketing tactic is to throw names around and say, oh, you should invest in here because this person is doing it. And I don't think you guys think that's good either. But what I can do and what I will do right now is I will tell you one private institution that is working with us, and one high net worth individual that is working with us. And that has been since the beginning. So one of my dear friends, excuse me, has been with us since around 2022. Shiba Inu, if you guys have heard of that coin, one of the founders of Shiba Inu is one of our clients. That is, and he's a high net worth individual. He's categorized as that. Now, on the private institutional side, there's a venture capitalist syndicate based in the US called MIC. And they have been a client with us for a while now as well. Legally, that is as much as I'm allowed to tell you. But there's a lot of NDAs that go with it. And frankly, I don't think it's right, like I said, they didn't sign up for that, for them to be marketed, right? If you are so successful, why affiliate marketing? So there's a company called Go Mining. Now, Go Mining is another mining company. And we've always had a plan to go to retail. And I looked at the Go Mining's model. Go Mining's model is throwing money at these influencers. And what I call that rented internet space or rented mental space. That is very short term. They throw money at influencers, they blast ads in your face, and they put booths at every crypto conference available. Rented space. I was introduced to affiliate marketing, and my team and I analytically compared the two. Affiliate marketing, influencer marketing. Now, what we found was that with the same capital deployed in influential marketing and affiliate marketing, you actually grow 3 times faster. That, and now we get genuine insights from the market through our leaders. Now that's powerful because now I could hear directly what the market wants. And I could apply that directly and implement that directly into our system. And you build more of a genuine community. I think that's really important to me. That is really important to me. So that is why. Okay, the fun part. Announcements. So first of all, thank you everyone for your questions. I really appreciate it. Amazing questions. We had a lot, too many, too many where we had to only pick, a certain amount in order to fit it all into this time here. So if you didn't get your question answered, or if you didn't see on the screen here, please, next time, please resubmit it. Once we send out that Google form again, it will be the same type of situation. I encourage everyone to input their questions. So now announcements. Auto compound your rewards. So recently we released auto compounding of your rewards. Now, what is that exactly and how does it work? Well, now you could see in your back office, there is a toggle to switch on auto compounding, and it's very simple. As your balance in your back office increases, as your mining rewards come in, as all of your income comes in, as soon as it hits $150, it will purchase and deploy more hash rate, another machine. So this is happening automatically, and it is the quickest, most efficient way to build your mining empire. Okay. So this is really cool, in my opinion. Track your mining days, right? So essentially, we've always said your miner lasts for between 4 and 5 years, 4.5 years on average. Okay. But let's put that into perspective here. That is 1,642 days that your miner is active. and mining with 3 payouts a day in Bitcoin. And now you could see that live in your back office under your active miners. Alpha engine updates and enhancements. Okay. So now, I mean, look, I love this because I'm a product guy, I'm a tech guy, I'm what you call a nerd. But now you could track daily and monthly how many times Alpha Engine has switched. So every single time it has switched from Bitcoin to Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin Cash to Bitcoin, you can now see directly in your back office, in your Alpha Engine dashboard, as well as tracking the daily and monthly mining rewards. So towards the right, you see a percentage here. That is comparative to mining versus one coin, which is very, very cool. Because now you get to see the workings of the brain of this operation. And now on May 25th, you will now be able to purchase your miner with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Sol, USDC, and we will be adding more payment methods. I am so excited for this because, there's a lot of talk about Sol in the crypto community, and now you have direct access to earn Bitcoin the most efficient way on the market through either one of these payment methods. And we will be adding more. There will be more to come on that. That'll be launching May 25th. And now, as well, on May 25th, your official presentation calendar will be in your back office. Our goal is always to make things easier for you and put the tools and the materials in there for you guys to succeed. And that starts here. So I think the word of the day or the word of this webinar has been transparency. I've said it quite a bit. And that's because I truly live and abide by that, especially in the crypto market where everything is meant to be transparent. I think that should follow suit. And, right now, let's take a look at the things that we've made transparent. You could track every single coin directly where it's coming from, directly in your back office. And we've just given you an inside look into the Alpha Engine brain of when exactly every time it switches. I pride myself on saying that we are the most transparent mining company out to date. And we will continue to do so and continue to keep leveling up transparency. And now compliance. Compliance is huge to me, of course. So we will continue expanding jurisdictions, starting with the UAE. So now we are officially licensed. Hashnet is officially licensed as Hashnet infrastructure in the UAE. And we will continue to expand jurisdictions and continue to expand regions because we are a global company. Now, the biggest announcement to date, everyone. Wow. I am so excited for this. I think this is going to be just the next level to Hashnet. I really hope everyone is excited to now see that now your miner will be able to pay 30 to 70% more in mining rewards. Now you might ask, how? Right? Well, introducing a new addition to your miner called Multiplier. Multiplier now gives you the ability to earn between 30 and 70% more a month with what you're already currently mining. So how does it work? Well, Multiplier will pass on the Alpha Engine's auto switching rewards directly to you. So there's two factors how the Alpha Engine works. You have coin switching, but you also have pool switching. So Alpha Engine chooses within the algorithm what is the most profitable coin to mine. We make an extra percentage on that and we pass that back to you. Now it also manages what mining pools to connect to at a given time. We get that percentage, that profit, and pass that back on to you. Now, this is an annual subscription where you'll pay once and it will last from the full year from when you have purchased it. But there is a catch here. The multiplier will only be available during the pre-launch phase. So within the next 2 months. I hope you guys are excited as I am. I mean, because this is game changing. Now we are allowing you guys and giving you guys access to more rewards through what we are already generating on the company side. I think this is a game changer. And finally, the next episode of Thursday Takeover, the 28th of May, episode 2. We have some really cool things planned for you guys. I am so excited to jump on another one of these. Expect to have these frequently. Thank you for everyone's time. I really appreciate it. I thought this was absolutely fantastic. Thank you for all the countries showing out. Really, really appreciate it. And I hope everyone has a good rest of your night, day, wherever you are. And remember, Hashnet family, mind what matters. Thank you, everyone.